Cool. All right, it's going to be records management. This will cover the CMT for the year. You'll see the basic of this is all about making sure we don't reinvent the wheel. We're bad about storing stuff in somewhere else and then not giving that person a turnover binder. It's not about your personal stuff that's in here, and this is not highly concentrated on these instructions and this stuff you have for your program, because your program has how long you keep those records and get rid of that stuff. Yeah, it is part of this. But you'll see a lot of this is don't delete stuff. If you have stuff in your email, move it over. Don't set the next guy up for failure if we have stuff that we can just continue on to make this squadron better. That's a summary of everything right there. Cool. Cool. What's a record? Anything you see there, right? Sure, it's the law. Moving on. Yep. We have it, we record it, and obviously you see at the beginning, bottom instructions and stuff like that. There's, what to do, dissemination with that, and protocols for all of the correspondence. Cool. Yeah, you can see there. Unauthorized disposition of the records. Don't be insider threat either. But then you can see down there at the bottom that no person without the proper authority shall withdraw records or correspondence from the files or destroy them or withhold them from anybody without the proper access. Things. And then you can basically down there. Records are critical to documented whatever about that interest, but property, the practices protect legal, financial, other interests of the government and citizens. Essential records, pretty simple. But proper records management, it's going to preserve, you see, the work and everything that we have created, so that, again, too often resides in the memory of an individual, and then they leave or they go, and they may have had a good process in front of them and they took that with them. I think of this whole thing as like a turnover binder to just not screw the next guy coming forward. Cool. Manage records, yeah. Again, you're running a program, you keep records for, ORM's 30 days and this is a year. You know how long to keep those records, 3 years, 5 years. Cool. And then when it's done, you can destroy them. If you have to destroy them, obviously destroy them in accordance with how it says to destroy them. Cool. Records, yeah, there's a lot of record. If you just look at what's non-records, I think it's great, right? Just a bunch of publications, reproduced documents, maintained for supply. Material solely for references, exhibitions. That's not really going to too much to us. Duplicate copies, I think the ITs probably hate us with a shared drive. We have 17 documents and they're all the same thing in 18 different folders. Like, we could probably just do a better job at that, as well as teams. We copy, move it, and we don't delete it. So the duplicate copies wouldn't necessarily count, because if you're deleting the one, we would still be good because we still have the other copy. Cool. Then you'll see on the next page the charts, diagrams, graphics for like a training or briefing in the working files. Like, if you made the sausage here in this to then create this, and you're keeping this, keep that too, because like that's very useful for next people that are going to kind of be doing it. Personal papers, you're not going to have to, this is not going to be too much of a thing. You're not really under the guidelines with your personal papers. I don't think people are probably doing too much on their government stuff to begin with. Cool. Capstone, that's a email you have to apply for and get approved to do this anyway. It's not really going to apply too much for us, but if you do look at the individual responsibilities for the email management there, yep, make sure your attachments or whatever you're going to do, put them somewhere else, right? Don't just have, I'm guilty of it too. I sit there in my inbox, I have so much stuff that's just like right there and easy to access for me, right? So just take the time one day, just kind of move some stuff over that you think is going to be useful, right? Yep, if you're creating some at home, yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna hold you hard and fast, so you need to move it to the government computer by 20 days. And then the last thing there, if you have Teams on your iPad or something like that, I know we've had a lot of issues, use that as SMS. Cool. Yeah, I don't think anybody here is really gonna do too much of like official destruction, anything like that. Too much here that's going to be useful to us. Same thing, cool down there. Yeah, if there's stuff that we're going to send into like an archive, like the core we send into, which is like the command operations report that goes in, something that's going to be like historically tracked for just to know what exactly the history of VR61 is and what they do in this time frame, something like that. It'll just go on and on and on and on and on. That's kind of down here in the bottom there. this is pretty simple. Freezes and holds, you're gonna know it's gonna be some type of legal thing, and you're not gonna do anything, right? It's just the exact same thing, just don't delete whatever it is. It's for some reason you're gonna freeze or hold that, and if you're that would just be kind of past the hold date. Cool. They're moving over, if you're gonna officially make it like an official record in Big Navy, they're gonna move that over to 365. But it's not, if you see there, it's not just like, well, let me just sign up for that and then I can just work on everything there. It's not like a working shared drive, everything. That's just something that honestly probably not going to be too many people in here. They're going to have to kind of deal with that. Cool. This is everything there is there. Does anybody have any questions about records management? I try to make it nice and quick, and then we roll right into cybersecurity.